Going on YouTube, it's your Black Backyard Gardener, and I'm coming to you with a video on propagating fig cuttings. Here I have some Stagnum peat moss. I have rooting hormone, and I have paraffin. I have a knife, and I have my cuttings. These cuttings came from Ben B. You can follow him. He has a YouTube channel, Ben B. And he also have a Facebook forum, Fig Addiction. So you can go over there, you can check him out there. You also find me over there with him on Fig Addiction and a lot of other fig growers. Come join the group. I-258, Italian 258. These are top-notch figs, in my opinion. Very top-notch. This is up here with Prado and Black Madeira. These are very good, and I was very, very fortunate to be able to win these off of his forum. So the first thing I did, I got a little ahead of myself. I was so excited when I got them. I wanted to hurry up and pot them up and forgot that I promised that I would do a video. But the first thing I did is I took my knife and I trimmed here, like so, and here, like so. I shaved it off. Now, there's a right and a wrong way because there's a top and there's a bottom. How you know the top is you have this big piece right here, like a mouth, and then you have this little piece right here, like a nose, which is your nose. This is where your fig is going to start leafing out at. So, you want to make sure that the mouth is down, nose is up. After I did my trim, and I just shaved off a little of the side, just to get down to through the skin of it. And I took my paraffin on the top, and I wrapped it really tight, but I left that node exposed. This basically just helps prevent my cutting from drying out. Now, the reason why I shaved down here is because this is where my rooting hormone is going to come into play. So I take this, which is a gel. It's been used, so it's been dipped. And I'll dip my cutting in there, like so. Get some all over there. You want to get it on there good. Some people don't use their hands, but I did. And now you want to take your cup. Now you want to put drainage holes in your cups, like I have here. You want to put them all around your cup. And you want to label your cup for every cutting, because the worst thing you do is you have a bunch of cuttings and don't know the name of it. Then it'll be unknown until you can find out what the name is later on when they start to produce your fruit. But I take my cup. I'll put I-258, Italian 258 on here. And just make me a little pre-hole. Get your hands dirty. Take that part, stick it in there. And you make sure you backfill that back in there nice and good. Now your medium, which is your soil, whatever you choose to use. Some people use Pro Mix. Some people use the Stagnum peat moss like I do. Some people use different other things like perlite, vermiculite mixed together, whatever they choose to use. But I choose to use this because this is what pretty much it works pretty good for me. Sometimes I will use a potting mix, and sometimes I'll use like this one, straight peat moss. This one it has a little peat moss and potting mix mixed together in here. Now I've already did this one, wrapped, shaved, dipped in the rooting hormone, and it's ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two figs and I'm going to wind up putting them in my humidity bin, which is all the way on the other side of my office / grow room. What I do is it kind of looks like this, but bigger. Okay, there. It's a little bit bigger, and it's just a plastic tote. Basically, this is 2 plastic shoe boxes sitting on top of each other. These are my layover cuttings, but these will go on my main humidity bin that's sitting on top of a heat mat, grow heat mat. And I put a towel over it just to keep the moisture in real good. You put them over in there like so. You put your top on it. And you give it a couple of weeks. Now, the reason why I like to use these clear cups is because it allows me to see when my roots start to grow out. I'll be able to see it. The roots coming through here. Instead of me having to try to look, and every time you move this around, you're disturbing the roots. And you don't want to do that because fig roots, when they're real young and just coming out, they're very, very delicate. So you don't want to damage your roots that you have going on. So once I put them in my humidity bin over there on the heat lab, I'll leave them and I'll check them. Well, I let air in it like maybe every day, because some of them are ready to come out. Once they do get to the point where they're good to go and they're ready to come out and they start to see roots, because I want to see I want to see roots before I see leafing out. I'm not even worried about the leafing out. I just want a real strong root system. Once I get that and I put them up under the light, they're going to start leafing out. So if I put them in the humidity bin, I normally keep it covered. Now, some people, they'll put it in the humidity bin and put a light on it. But I don't want my leafing out to start before my roots, because I want all my energy to focus on roots, 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 and more roots. So hopefully both of these will do well. I'm really excited because I know that these are true I-258s because of who they came from being. So I'm glad about that. I don't have to second guess it. Those are I-258s.